Welcome to the unboxing of the HaloEQ2. This is our HaloEQ2, handmade in Europe. We stock them in the United States for quick shipment. It comes with three main parts. We have the machine itself, we have the mask and hose, and we have the grinder, which is a salt canister as well. So I'm going to go through the unboxing, but the first thing you do is you take the machine. We have a transport bolt that we have to remove. So we remove from each side these screws. The back will slide off, and this transport bolt has to be removed. This bolt holds the compressor and allows it to freely vibrate with springs that are making it. See these springs here, when the compressor moves, it keeps it very quiet. In here we have an air filter, we have some electronics, we have the power supply inside here. Screws back in, and here's our machine. The machine has the timer, which you can hear tick like a toaster oven. 25 minutes is your standard session. As you get to know the horses, you may decide you'll want to extend it longer or shorter. We have the salt level here, which you really don't need to worry yourself with. Just make sure that green light is on. That means that the grinder's working. The machine grinds roughly maybe 3 to 4 seconds per minute, and then it will continue on blowing air, and then it re-grinds the salt again. If you need a little bit more salt ground, you can turn the salt level dial from the minus to the plus to decide what works best for you. This is the air line. This will use the compressor. It'll blow air, and it will take the salt that's being ground into a fine dust. It'll blow it up through into the unit. So the way it works is, inside here we have a blade. We want to fill only up to the height of the blade. You don't want to smother the blade. This sits nicely inside here, and you can tighten it to lock it in place. The power supply goes in. The air supply goes in, and these are really easy push-pulls, so you just push it if you want to take it out. Otherwise it gets locked in, but you push if you need to take it out. So you would put the salt in the machine, down here, teaspoon. We dry the salt, typically with a microwave or a hot pot. You'll know the difference between salt that's clumpy and salt that's really nice and dry. Your ideal situation is a fresh scoop of salt for every treatment. In fact, you can take this out and dump it in at the end of the day and reuse the salt that's left over. So what's going on here with the mask is that this goes over the halter of the horse. We've had about 99% of horses have no problem with this. This rotates so that there's some movement, so it won't have an issue. If the horse does pull, the good news is that this will pull away. It's friction. It's usually fine, but if the horse pulls away, we're better off having them disconnect, so it's a quick release. In here, this metal screw will hold in place this device. Sometimes for human use, I've seen people actually take this and they'll just use the machine themselves by covering up one end and breathing in. So we'll go back into here, tighten that up. That's our mask. This device, this part here with the rubber gasket, goes on top to seal this in place. Then we lift this up, and this spins in, creating a nice tight seal. This ring sits in a groove just to create this from moving. You see how it's a little loose here, but here we drop it in a nice groove, and it's quite resilient to movement. So this goes on the horse. This is just the right length for even a tall horse. And you can add an extension if you need to this. This fits all US devices. you need an adapter for outside the United States. That's pretty much the story. On the salt, you'll take a small half cup, quarter cup, whatever you need. Some people will have a hot pot and they'll leave the entire bag. This is 1 pound of salt. It's good for around 100 treatments. On the bag, you'll see where you can buy more salt. This is pharmaceutical grade salt. This is not pink salt or Himalayan salt. We don't believe in putting iron particles and other things into the lungs. It's pure pharmaceutical grade salt. And you just use a discount code for when you place an order. And that's pretty much the story. At the end of the day, you want to take this out. Here, just be careful, because if you're going to pull it every day, might as well just be a little careful here. We push this in, take the pipe out. Here's your, loosen the screw, take the tube out, and at the bottom of the tube, this grinder, you'll be able to just brush that off, dust it off with a dry paintbrush or something like that. The key is we try to make our machines with as few metal parts as possible, and where we use metal parts, we try to make them non-corrosive. So just clean that up once a day, keep the machine in a cool, dry place, and you'll be good to go. Thanks very much. This is the HaloEQ2 from equinesalt.com. Thank you.